Hey, Matt, thanks for coming by.
No, thank you.
All right, welcome back.
Easy 6 points. Get that in there. Sorry.
No, you're good. Welcome back to the interview area here at the U.S. Open Championship at Brookline. We are joined by Matt Fitzpatrick. Matt, you obviously have some history here. What do you remember about that week at the U.S. Amateur?
Yeah, I remember everything. You know, I've been back a few times since, and love coming back here. Obviously, sort of having my family here the whole week, and my brother on the bag was really special. So yeah, it's just great memories.
Talk about the golf course a little bit. How does someone need to play to perform well here, and what have you seen so far today?
I've not been out today. I'm going to go out tomorrow. So, but yeah, back in 2013, it was, you know, you had to hit fairways and greens. The fairways were really tight and the rough was thick, and that's what I really did well that week, as well as scrambled really well. So I think by the looks of it, from what I can see, it's the same again, which is nice. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to going out there tomorrow and playing.
Right here on the right, Dave.
Yeah, talk a little more about the experience of your brother on the bag, and just that whole week was, you know, I've seen some other interviews of him talking, and just how special that was to share that with him.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, it's a memory that'll live with me forever. I can't believe it's 9 years ago, really. It's crazy how fast it's gone. But yeah, to have him on the bag and to have, like I said, to have my parents there as well, and to win such a obviously special event was amazing.
Was there one moment that you recall from your conversations with him, you know, during the course of any round or match play or whatever, where it just sort of stuck with you if he said something?
No, not really. It's too long ago now. I forgot most of it, but I just remember in particular, I think it was the semi-final. He left my wedge by the first green, and we became really good friends with the police officer, who's here this week. I've not seen him since, and I was like, oh, he's left my wedge on the last green. Can you go get it? So that was something that was interesting that happened. Yeah.
We're gonna go here to Jeff.
Matt, you're playing so well right now. You're one of the few guys that has experience here. How do you manage that? How do you kind of reconcile that you're essentially a favorite in this championship?
I mean, for me, this US Open's obviously different for obvious reasons for me, just because of winning the US Amateur here and just having such an amazing experience last time. For me, I feel like this week's about just enjoying it and knowing that I do have a chance because of I've had success here before, even though it's a long time ago, and B, like you say, I've been playing well. So I'm just really looking forward to it. It's been on my radar for years that I knew it was obviously coming here. So yeah, I mean that's all there is to it for me this week. I'm staying with the family I stayed with when I played the amateur here, and my parents are here as well. So I'm just really excited for the week more than anything.
We're going to take one from the WebEx. What special preparations do you have before a major championship like the U.S. Open, and especially at one at a challenging course like this?
Nothing different to a normal event, to be honest. Just do the same sort of stuff, same practice. Just figure out where to hit it, where not to hit it, and no different from week to week.
We're going to go Dan.
As far as the LIV stuff goes, with the guys who are considering it or seem to be considering it, do you get the sense that everyone's kind of discussing it with each other, or is it something where guys are keeping it close to their chest before they make a decision?
I don't know. No one I've spoke to personally has said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to make the jump." So I don't know on that front. It's obviously the talk of the tour at the minute. Everyone wants to know what's going on and who's going and who's not going, and but yeah, it's an interesting time, and you know, obviously sort of things have been shaken up a little bit, and yeah, I guess it's just interesting.
Are you guys tired of hearing of it?
Yeah, I am, but it's like everyone was fed up of hearing about it, and then they were like, all right, just start already. And now they've started, and everyone's like, oh, actually, this is quite interesting. Like, what's going to happen now? So I think it's sort of kicked up a little bit more interest again, and we'll just see what happens in the next few weeks. But yeah, it's interesting.
Right here to my right.
Matt, in the 9 years since winning here, what has surprised you about those 9 years with your career, and what has gone pretty much according to how you thought it would go?
Probably almost that I beat Rory McIlroy in driving last week. You know, when if I look back at my game 9 years ago, I would say I'm the same player, but a very different player. My strengths are still my strengths, but they've just got better, in my opinion. And I think looking at what I've achieved, I think sometimes maybe I don't give myself enough credit for what I have done. But my personal opinion, I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to do things better and find ways I can improve. And I think for me, if someone had told me I'd be stood here and this is what I'd have achieved and done, I'd have snatched the hand off.
Your strengths being what?
Putting and driving. Yeah, putting and driving.
Second row on the right.
Matt, how did you sort of reflect on Southern Hills, both maybe immediately on the Sunday night and then the days and weeks afterwards?
I mean, I've still not really had a chance to do a full reflection, to be fair. I was home for a few days and then left to go to a wedding and then played, this is my third week in a row. So I've not really kind of had a good chance to sort of sit and look back. Obviously, it was disappointing first when you come off the golf course and you sort of realisation that, you had a chance to win and you're not taking it. But it's funny, I was just talking to my coach. It was kind of, I look back and I was actually more angry about my finish in 2021 when I tripled the 17th at Kiowa than I was finishing the way I finished a few weeks ago. So I think that's probably sort of shows me how much I've come along as a player, and also maybe just sort of got better mentally, just kind of accepting it is what it is, and more taking the positives out of it than the negatives.
I was going to say, does the sort of the 95% of that week, which was positive, does that give you a big boost coming into an event like this?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm playing well. I feel like I just made so many mistakes last week, just simple bogeys that you clear them up, and all of a sudden you're picking up a lot of shots. And sure, everyone can say it, but they didn't see how bad mine were. So, but it is things like that when it's your week, those things you clean them up and pick up another couple of shots, and before you know it, you're winning. So, just about trying to just keep doing the same thing, keep doing what I've been doing all year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Behind me to Brentley and then to Dave.
Matt, you said you're staying with the same host family this week. What are their names, and is this something where you guys keep in contact a lot, or did you just kind of hit them up after all these years?
No, we've been in touch a lot. Yeah, we've been in touch a lot. I actually came for Thanksgiving when I was in college briefly, 2013, and then played golf with them a couple of years ago here. Saw them just before the US Open in 2016. We came for a week and played the course and stuff. So, but yeah, they're called the Fultons. So Will and Jennifer Fulton, and they've got 3 kids. So, staying with them this week, which is going to be good fun.
Was that your first Thanksgiving?
It was, yeah. I don't really like Thanksgiving food. It's not for me.
What's your least favorite food?
Of Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Green beans. Worst thing ever invented.
Here to Dave.
Given your strengths that you mentioned, driving and putting, do you like U.S. Open setups? I mean, when you come into them, you say, yeah, I should probably play pretty well in these.
Yeah, I mean, before US PGA, I've finished my best major finishes have been in US Opens. I've had a couple 12th, I think, maybe another top 20. So I do probably prefer the US Open setup the most, just because, I just love how tough they tend to get the golf courses. Particularly, I know it didn't get the best reviews, but I thought it was fantastic. Was Shinnecock in 2018? I thought it was absolutely unreal. I thought, you had to know where to hit it and where not to hit it, and that's the point of a practice round. And when players were complaining about that, it was obviously that they didn't do the homework. So, that's what I like about the USGA, and when they set up golf courses, they set them up tough, and it normally the best player wins during that week.
Back to Phil and then Dan.
Just wondering what Billy might have said to you on the Sunday, because it started well for him with Leeds surviving, unfortunately. But did he say anything afterwards about sort of going forward and your chances to win majors? Because he's obviously had a lot of experience.
Not a lot, not a lot really. He's obviously experienced that a lot himself, and he just sort of said the same thing as kind of what I was thinking. Really, is just keep doing what I'm doing and just keep giving yourself chances. The more chances you give yourself, you're eventually going to knock one of them off. So I think that's what he told me, and that's what I believe in. So just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it'll work out.
And if you don't get that flyer on the first hole on the final round, different.
Yeah, of course. Like I said earlier, it's same for everyone. Everyone can kind of say this and that, but those those things happen when it's your week. They things like that don't happen, or they hit the TV tower and come back on the green.
Dan.
It feels like over the last month, maybe it's started at Southern Hills, but you're just getting more attention as far as you're doing a press conference here, you're playing in featured groups. We can see it from the outside. Can you feel that? I don't know if it's different interactions with players or there's more cameras around, but I'm always interested in when guys make that jump, what that feels like.
It's because everyone's leaving the PGA Tour, that's why. they're digging up the dregs. Listen, I feel like I've been lucky in Europe for ever since I came out on tour that they've treated me incredibly well. I've been in TV groups. I've been in a lot of the media stuff that they do, and the European Tour have been great with me for that. I know particularly coming on over to the PGA Tour as not really having a ranking, or I know for a fact Billy's told me stories. Westy was world number one. I don't know if he was a member of the PGA Tour, but he was first or second group off. So he's best player in the world, and he's not getting good tee time. So I just think it's, I don't really know what it is, but you sort of come over to the US as a European, and you don't necessarily get thrusted into the limelight straight away, compared to Europe, whereas if you're American, you go over and you're straight into the TV group. So I think there is a little bit to do with guys that had jumped ship and gone to LIV, and I think at the same time I have played a little bit better as well. So I think it's a bit of both.
Brentley.
How would you say the trajectory of your career changed when you won here in 2013? Do you think things would have played out any differently had you maybe perhaps not made it through to at least the final?
Yeah, I guess I probably would have. Well, I don't know if I'd have done 4 years. I don't know if I'd have passed my first year. So I think for me, it's. I think sort of looking back, winning the US Amateur, all of a sudden it opens up all these doors. I never realised how big of a deal it was over here until after winning. You play all three. You played three of the four majors. I got invited to Bay Hill, got invited to Memorial, RBC Heritage. So I've got all these events that I've been invited to, and just opportunities to get experience playing professional golf. And I think without that, you don't win a big tournament. You kind of, you go to Q school having not really played much professional golf experience, and it's, I just think having the experience playing against some of the best players has definitely helped me. You see where your game is at, and you see what you need to improve on, what they do well. And I think because of obviously winning here sort of gave me that experience.
Last question will be from the WebEx. Matt, given your recent comment on green beans, someone would like to know your thoughts on clam chowder, given it's a classic New England dish.
Also terrible. Never tried it, but probably terrible. Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Matt.
All right, thanks.
Clam chowder's lovely. I'm with you on the green beans.